Herb, why don't we ever celebrate Thanksgiving down here?
Take a look around, Don.
Oh, because there's no turkeys.
No, because there's no anything. We have nothing to be thankful for.
Yeah.
Except Beakman.
He's no turkey.
Oh, what am I going to do with you?
Well, you can watch Beakman's World with me, little pilgrim.
Pass the cranberries.
Fact! A mole can eat its weight in worms every day.
Hey, don't eat my lunch. Excuse me.
I'm Beakman, and you've just burrowed into Beakman's World. Beakman! I'm stoked to scientificate. I'm hot to hypothesize. I'm all set to theorize.
Here's one. It's from Michael Berryman of Anaheim, California. He writes, Dear Beakman, why is the moon sometimes half and sometimes full?
Oh, well, it's for grossing out half of your friends sometimes and all of your friends at other times. You see, first you yell out their name. Then you hang out the car window.
No, Lester, not mooning. That's disgusting.
Yeah, what kind of a crack is that?
Michael wants to know about the moon in the sky. Ah, the moon. It orbits the Earth at 2,300 miles per hour. It's more than 4.5 billion years old. It's Earth's nearest neighbor in space, only 250,000 miles away. It has no life of any kind. No air, no wind, no water.
No life, no air, no water. In what way is it different from my apartment?
Well, for one thing, Lester, people have actually visited the moon.
The first person to visit the moon was U.S. astronaut Neil Armstrong, who walked on the lunar surface July 20th, 1969. Here's an amazing fact. His footprints are still there.
Very good, Liza. Lester, your turn. What do you know about the moon?
Well, I know that it's round.
Wrong! It's slightly egg-shaped, possibly due to the pull of Earth's gravity.
Okay, well, I know for a fact that it shines at night.
Absolutely wrong! The moon never shines.
That's right. The moon only appears to shine, but actually, it's reflecting the sun's light back at the Earth.
Okay, well, see, I was just kidding about it being round and shining. But I'm completely certain that it changes its shape.
Oh, Lester, congratulations! A perfect score! 0 for 3. The moon never changes its shape. It's always full, but it doesn't always look full. Why? Go Devil!
I have been chosen to portray the sun due to my shining personality and because the sun is a huge ball of gas. Hey!
And doing a star turn as the moon, allow me to introduce our little satellite, our amazing moon child, Liza. And let's say I'm the Earth. Now, let's look through the Earth cam and see the different shapes of the moon, or what are called phases. We'll start with the new moon. Lester, I, as the Earth, can't see any of Lester's light shining on Liza because of where I'm sitting. Look. As the moon moves around the Earth, we start to see a little of the sun's light shining on the moon. This is called a crescent moon. Now, when you see what looks like a half moon, that's called the first quarter moon. When more than half of the side of the moon is illuminated, that's called a gibbous. And finally, Zaloom, the full moon. And that's why the moon appears to change shape.
Okay, Beakman, but how does the moon get its craters?
Ooh, a good question. And a messy one.
For this demonstration, you'll need flour, paprika, a small plastic or paper bowl, a ruler, and some small stones.
Moon craters are formed by meteoroids smashing into the surface of the moon. When meteoroids enter the Earth's atmosphere, they burn. You know them as shooting stars, but they're not stars at all. Meteoroids are hunks of rock or metal flying through space. Here's how you make your own moon surface. Fill your bowl with flour as we did. Now, take your ruler and smooth out the flour at the top of your bowl, like so. Now it's time to sprinkle paprika over the surface of the flour. That'll make our crater show up even better.
Sprinkling!
At last, we're ready. Our lunar surface awaits. Here I am, gang, high above. You need to stand directly over your bowl.
I usually try.
And when you do it at home, you don't have to be up that high. And make sure your meteoroids are no bigger than this.
But hey, this is Beakman's world. So, we're gonna use a Beakman-sized meteoroid. Behold the mighty meteoroid, the Beakman boulder, flying through space, minding its own business, not looking where it's going, and all of a sudden... Replay! Hits the moon, it's traveling so fast that it either gets buried or it breaks up into a whole bunch of little pieces. Either way, you're left with a crater.
So, Michael Berryman of Anaheim, California, that's our tune on the moon.
Coming up next, an incredible thing. We'll be back, so stick around. Hey, where you going?
Beakman's World must now take a beaker break. And now, back to Beakman's World.
Pony up.
It's time to carnuva wax your clarity. Here is the Poopa of profundity, the Huncho of How'd It Go, the Herschel Bernardi of the Hale and Hardy, the one, the only, the Beakman.
You fillet 'em, I'll saute 'em. Let's mash potato.
A woodpecker pecks 20 times a second.
Question. Do penguins have knees? It's from Carly Pippett of Twin Falls, Idaho.
Well, that's an awfully personal question.
Yeah, the better question is, does Carly Pippett of Twin Falls, Idaho have knees? Huh? Does she?
Yeah, that's an easy question.
Answer, yes. Penguins do have knees.
Oh, look, Beakman told him we had knees.
Oh, no. Did he tell him how many?
No.
Oh, good.
Question. Can you name the creature with the best vision?
Answer, the creature with the best vision is the hawk. The hawk's vision is so good, it can spot a tiny field mouse from 1,000 feet up in the air. Fast fact, a mother tarantula kills 499 of every 500 babies she hatches.
Question. If train A travels east at 60 miles per hour and a tree falls in the forest without anybody there to hear it...
Hark! What's that sound I hear? It must be time for the Beakman Challenge.
Hey, If you're going to do our experiments, do them only the way we do them. Safely and with the help of an adult. Okay?
Okay.
Okay! Okay. I challenge you to put out this candle by simply flicking your finger. And you cannot touch the flame.
Oh, well, no problem. Let me get some ammo I can flick at this flame.
No. Lester, that's not the scientific way. That's the disgusting way. Here's how you do it. But first, never, ever be around anything this hot without an adult. Cool? Cool. Now, take an empty box of oatmeal. This is my favorite brand. Then, with a pair of scissors, carefully cut a hole the size of a penny in the top. Hold the box on its side with the hole facing the candle about 4 inches from the flame. Now watch what happens when I flick my finger on the other end of the box.
Wow! Color me impressed. How'd you do that?
Well, I ate all my cereal. Also, this box is filled with air. When I flicked my finger on the box, I created a puff of air that pushed the air in front of it, that pushed the air in front of it, until finally the air got pushed out of the little hole and blew out the candle.
Ray!
Coming up next, Lester gets the shaft as we learn the ups
And downs.
of elevators. Hold the door for us! You'll find when it comes to elevators, Beakman's a real operator.
Beakman's World will be back in a flash. And now, back to Beakman's World.
Okay, I got you now. Die, alien dog, die.
Oh, excuse me, Beakman. Did I come at a bad time?
No, I really should stop. I've given my thumbs enough of a workout.
I've been thumbing through the mail. Vernice M. Rios of Brooklyn, New York writes, Dear Beakman, my cousin Veronica lives on the 21st floor. We have to take an elevator to visit her. How does it work?
Ooh, thanks for your letter, Vernice. It really gives us a lift.
Hey, all the letters you guys send us give us a lift. At the end of the show, we'll give you our address so you'll know where to send your questions.
Before you can understand an elevator, you have to understand this thing. It's called a pulley.
Looks like it's just a wheel with a rope around it.
Well, that's because it's just a wheel with a rope around it. This thing is an anvil, commonly used when Wile E. Coyote wants to drop something really heavy on the Roadrunner. Now, a pulley is a simple machine, but it does something simply astounding. If I want to use the pulley to lift something up, I pull down.
I'm not that amazed.
It gets better. See, the way our bodies work, it's usually a lot easier for us to pull down on a rope than it is for us to lift a heavy object. Safer, too.
Well, okay, but what if you want to pull something?
Down.
Aha! We've got gravity to do that for us.
Are pulleys good for anything besides lifting anvils?
Let me count the ways. Sailboats use them to raise their sails. I pull down on the rope here. It goes through the pulley here, and the sail goes up.
Full speed ahead.
And we couldn't possibly build buildings without cranes. The rope here goes over the pulley here and connects to whatever you want to lift here. Like this.
Thanks for the help, Beakman.
Why, even that modern miracle of miracles, the sliding curtain, is made possible by our friend, the pulley. Like all technology, it's a mixed blessing.
Okay, Beakman. Beakman, so we know about pulleys. Now, can you please tell us what they have to do with elevators?
I will do one better than that. Here to explain how they work is the inventor of the modern safety elevator. A man who made his way to the top, one floor at a time. The fastest rising dead guy in the elevator business from the great state of Vermont in the year 1854. Please welcome Mr. Elisha Graves Otis. Third floor, Notions, Lingerie, Beakman's World.
So you're Mr. Otis, eh?
Yeah.
I didn't expect you to be so tall.
Oh, I'm not really. I'm wearing elevator shoes.
Mr. Otis,
Yeah?
can you tell us how an elevator works?
Well, if I can't, I don't deserve to be dead. Going down. Now, this disc I'm gonna stand on is our elevator. As you can see, the rope goes over that pulley way up there. Yeah, all right. Now, young lady, grab a hold of that rope there, please, and attempt to pull me up.
No can lift.
Well, of course not. We need some dead weight. Besides me.
Hey, guys, what are you... Ooh. They're not gonna. Check my contract, guys. I don't think I have to do this.
In an elevator, there's a big weight on the other side of the pulley. We call this weight a counterweight because it counters or works against the weight we're trying to lift. The young lady was unable to lift me before, but watch how easily she can lift me now.
No way.
Missy?
Lifting.
That was easy.
Well, of course, because the counterweight and gravity really did the lifting, yeah?
May I come down now?
Hang in there, Lester. A real elevator's a little more complicated. For one thing, you don't ride on a disc. You ride in an elevator car. Instead of a rope, there's a number of very strong steel cables. Instead of a down-on-his-luck actor in a rat suit, you have heavy metal plates for your counterweights. On the sides of the car are guide rails that keep the elevator from twisting around while it goes up and down in the elevator shaft. Oh, and instead of Liza turning the pulley, an elevator has a powerful electric motor. Down, please.
Going down. Cool invention, Mr. Otis.
Yep, well, I can't take credit for inventing the elevator. I just made it safer. Yep. See, I invented a brake that stops the car from falling if the cable snaps. I put a big metal wagon spring on top of the car and attached it to the rope. To the guide rails, I hooked up ratchet bars, these little teeth right here. Now, as long as the cable was secure, my invention was never used. But if the cable snapped, the spring would stick out on both sides of the elevator car and catch on the ratchet bars, stopping the elevator cold.
Mr. Otis? Sir?
Thanks to my invention, elevators became safe, and buildings could be taller and taller. Why, if it weren't for my invention, the Empire State Building would be a 5-story walk-up.
You did equip this elevator with one of your safety brakes, didn't you?
Well, this is a very crude model. I didn't have time.
Oh, you think you have time now?
Good idea. I'll get right to it.
basement, credit desk, restrooms.
Anyway, what should you do if you're ever stuck in an elevator? Beakman will come to the rescue after this.
Beakman's World will be back after these messages. And now, back to Beakman's World.
If you're ever in an elevator and it stops, don't panic. There's plenty of air, and there's usually a phone you can use to call for help.
Or for a pizza.
The only way you can get hurt is climbing out through the ceiling.
In fact, you are 5 times more likely to get hurt walking up or down a flight of stairs than you are riding in an elevator.
Well, this is our floor.
See you next time
on Beakman's World.
Okay, Herb, I know what to do if I'm stuck in an elevator.
Good.
But what if I'm ever stuck on an escalator?
On an escalator?
Yeah.
No. See, Don, you can't. All you'd have to do is walk.
Yeah.
All you could just stay there and depend on the kindness of strangers.
You told me never to talk to strangers.
Fine, then just stay on the escalator.
Well, I think I will.
See if I can.